No such thing as life without parole, so the death penalty is the only guarantee that she won't get out.
Nobody wants a person that kills 2 boys out on the street. I wouldn't want her out on the street after 20, 30 years in prison.
But the case continues to intrigue the public. Today, you can log on to Darlie's website and get the latest information on her case. At least 4 books have been written about the murders. One of them, Precious Angels by crime writer Barbara Davis, is a scathing indictment of Darlie Routier. Anyone who reads it will be convinced of her guilt.
When I came back to write the book, I wanted it to be so certain that nobody'd lose any sleep over this happening. I was that convinced when I left the trial.
But soon after it was published, Davis received new information that made her take a second look at the case.
The main thing that changed my mind is when I first saw the pictures that I didn't get to see at the trial. I began to get sick, literally sick at my stomach over it, because they were such important photographs.
The photos are of Darlie with horrendous bruises all over her arms and hands. The defense says these bruises could not have been self-inflicted, but could only have occurred in a violent struggle with an intruder. Charlie Semford, who sat on the jury, says he never saw these photos either.
That one, no. This one, I might have, no, not these 3 I didn't see. If I had seen these during the trial, she, as far as I'm concerned, she'd be home with her family right now, and not where she's at.
But another juror remembers seeing them.
I don't know if it was while she was on the stand or if it was her husband that was on the stand, but we saw those pictures, and the bruises were on the inside of her arms.
Author Barbara Davis is now so convinced of Darlie's innocence that she has befriended the family and gives all money made from the book to Darlie's defense fund.
For the last 3 years,
The press has also been taking a second look at the case. In 1999, Dallas reporter Jeff Crilly from Fox station KDFW aired a 4-part series on the case.
When we first did this series, we were on an island. We were alone questioning whether or not she did it. And now we're finding more and more media outlets here in Dallas questioning it too.
Hi, how are you? Oh, you miss me?
In the meantime, Darren and the family have been trying to make life as normal as possible for Drake, the only remaining son.
He was 7 months old when all this happened, and he's my little buddy, you know, and we are together all the time, 24 hours a day.
Now get it in the hole. There you go.
I see a lot of Devon and Damon in him. He's very smart, loves his parents very much, doesn't really understand the situation, but knows who Mommy is, and is very, very close to Darren and to the rest of the family.
Darlie does see Drake, but a glass separates them. No human contact is allowed.
I've missed holding him at night. I've missed singing him to sleep, giving him a bath, wiping his face when it's dirty. All the things that you do when you're a mother, I've missed out on that. They've taken that from me. They've taken that from Drake.
Next, Darlie's fight to save her life.
Okay, let's see. Did you get a cookie?
I did not kill my children. I stand strong in that, and I could look you in the eye, and I can look everybody else in the eye because I didn't do it. The evidence shows this. There's overwhelming evidence that proves my innocence, but they continue to ignore it.
Darlie Routier's life is confined within these walls at Mountain View Federal Prison in Gatesville, Texas. Isolated from the general prison population, Darlie spends her time writing letters, exercising in her cell, and working at the prison sewing quilts.
I'll be writing a letter to somebody or reading somebody's letter, and they'll be talking about their children and going to school. You think about what would Devon and Damon look like right now? You know, how tall would they be? Damon was He was just fixing to get ready to start kindergarten when this happened. And, you know, you can't help from thinking about it all the time. It's with me all the time.
You said to me that life would be easier if she had done it. What did you mean by that?
If she had done it, I could go on. I could, I don't know, remarry, live somewhere else, not be put on camera every time someone asked me to try to help. It wouldn't be any helping if she had done it. You know, if she had done it, she would deserve to be where she's at. The point is that she didn't do it. We can prove it, and we will.
Helping with their appeal every step of the way is attorney Stephen Cooper. For years, he's been discovering new information, as well as uncovering serious discrepancies from Routier's trial. There's also been progress made in identifying a bloody fingerprint on the glass coffee table in the Routier home.
The state's expert said the quality of the print was such that it would be of no value in trying to evaluate or to identify someone with. We have since found out by other experts that there are sufficient points of identification, as they refer to it in fingerprint lingo, that yes, a identification could be made if we had comparable prints to compare them against.
The state believed the print belonged to either Damon or Devon, but there were no means of comparison. Incredibly, the coroner never took the boys' fingerprints. In the spring of 2000, the boys' bodies were exhumed to do just that.
We have since, in the last few weeks, excluded Devon Routier as being the source of that print, and we hope in the next few weeks to have pretty clear evidence that it could not be Damon's either.
Another issue is the credibility of the state's crime scene analyst, Charles Lynch, who told the court that fiber